Hello everyone, this is Francisco. Welcome to another tutorial on language design in SEMA. So far we took a cursory introduction to the language design workflow and had a glimpse to the SEMA's default language grammar. Now we're going to start our journey building up a grammar from the bottom up. For that, first of all, we're going to dissect a template for a grammar, which is going to be our scaffolding and that we'll be developing throughout the sessions. If we examine this template on the grammar editor, we can see that there are code comments for the BNF notation here. So there are code comments pretty much everywhere. Then some other distinctive features are code blocks, which are delimited by curly brackets, percentage, curly brackets, and you can find them here as well, here. And interestingly, they seem to have JavaScript, and they also seem to have JavaScript comments. So that indicates that we have two notations working together here, and interestingly, two types of tokens, but the JavaScript only exists on certain regions which define a JavaScript scope. Now we also have some lines here on the bottom on the grammar definition, which have they seem to have this form of something, arrow, something. And please note that this is not a JavaScript arrow. A JavaScript arrow would be something like this. What else? And we also have a line that says lexer and has a prefix, an @ symbol. So basically this is a macro for binding the lexer with the grammar when they're compiled to generate a parser. Now notice that our grammar compiler output says this grammar has been validated, but if we evaluate the code, the live code, there's an error. So that means that our grammar needs to be developed to parse that white space. Actually, there's a problem in SEMA, but we'll fix that eventually. So now that we have the scaffolding, we're going to do the least we can to improve it and to develop the simplest language as possible, which is a one-token live coding language. Now, this language will not be very useful for much except for helping us understand how to use the main blocks and BNF notation. Now, we're going to copy-paste code as we go, and for instance, we're going to paste these lines here in the lexer definition, right below the comment that says write the regular expressions for your tokens here. So yeah, we've already seen before that these are the tokens for our language, and we have two tokens, one which is click and one which is WS, that stands for white space. We won't be getting into the regular expressions now. We're going to do that in the next session. So for now, we're just going to follow on and just do our grammar so we can see a one token language working. Right. Now, if we examine the grammar definition in more detail, we see that, let's remove this white space comment, we see that we have 4 rules here, and they're all interdependent. So there's a first rule that says that our language is white space, or is underscore, and underscore is white space char, but many times. And what's a white space char? It's a token of white space, which is defined here. So without further ado, we're going to restore these rules, and we're going to copy paste and change our first rule, and we're going to add this rule next, which defines what statement is for our language. And here's a bug, pesky bug, but I can take care of it quickly with a hack. Yeah, so and we just added 2 rules. A first rule that defines what a sentence is in this language, so it's a statement surrounded by white space, and it also defines that a statement is the word click. So there are more things that we need to understand about the rule, like what is this code block? What is this? What is this structure? So we'll be seeing that in detail on the grammar rules tutorial. So far, we're just going to try out our new language. So what should we write here? Our one token, which is click. So let's turn on the sound and evaluate. Oh, it works. Great. So next, we're going to understand in more detail what are the elements of the Lexer definition and of the grammar definition that we've just used to develop out our scaffolding and knowledge about how to develop a more sophisticated language.